Yeah, welcome back to the second season of Next Steps Pairs. We had 5 tables. It was a good turnout for the first week. I ask you please to bring as many friends as you can. We've got a better day now. We're on Saturdays now. We're on Wednesdays at 4 Eastern, and it's a bit of work to get it all done, and I do share a little bit of the money with Bridge Base and with the bill. So it would be nice to make it just a little bit worthwhile by having more tables. So anything you can do to bring people in, I would appreciate. Let's look at board 3 first. This is an evaluation and also a gadget that is important to learn when you are starting out and you're adding to your one no trump bidding, and that's called a Texas transfer. Now, what a Texas transfer is over one no trump or over 2 no trump for that matter. You jump to the 4 level and you bid 1 level under the major you want to play in. Presumably, your partner has 2 spades here. Could have 3, could have 4, right? But presumably you have a fit right now. And the only question that you really have in this hand right here is, do you have game values, right? If you have a really bad hand, of course, you would just bid 2 hearts, transfer to 2 spades, and leave it there. If you have an invitational hand, you'd bid 2 hearts to transfer to spades, and then you would bid 3 spades. And the question is, well, what kind of hand is this? Is it a game-going hand? Because if it is a game-going hand, just bid 4 hearts, you'll go to 4 spades, right? And that's the evaluation problem. Now, when we're trying to evaluate whether this 6-7 point hand is strong enough to get to game, we focus first on what's our distribution. We have the 6 cards, got to have 6 to transfer, right? Because your partner might only have 2. So to use that Texas transfer, you need 6. We have fairly good ones, right? King, Jack, 10, right? And 6. We have some roughing values because we only have 1 diamond. So that's an asset. So if we started with 7 points, and what we're looking for a game hand is, to be, if our partner has 16, that they will accept. We're looking for like maybe, the equivalent of an 8 or 9 point hand. And here we have 7 points. We have a stiff. That's certainly an asset, makes it better than 7 points. You don't need to get really fancy with your math here. You started with 7 high card points. Is it better than 7? Yeah, because we got a stiff. But also look at these: the 10, the 9, the 10, the 9, and a king and a side suit. And picture your partner, right? You've got 4 points. The most points they can have in spades is 6, right? The ace and the queen, which means they probably have 9 to 10, 11 points in the other 3 suits, right? So picture those points, any of those points in the heart suit and the club suit, and suddenly everything changes. This becomes a very good hand, certainly well worth more than just these 7 high card points, because you know that your hearts and your clubs are likely to match up with some honors in your one no trump partner's hand. So you bid 4 hearts, and that's a Texas transfer to spades. So let me get over there. Let me do that. Take the robot out so they don't get excited. I'll transfer to 4 hearts. Transferring, now this is the Texas transfer, right? To spades. Right? It's promising game values, at least. And I'll jump over to the south seat so we can look at the play. Get the ace of hearts lead. And as I thought, right, when I upped my 7 point hand to be a game-going hand, look how the 10s and 9s have played out in this hand, right? Suddenly the 10-9 in this suit means when we have 1 heart loser. And in the club suit, we've got this ace-queen situation. And as far as the stiff diamond, it couldn't have been placed better, right? Partner has 4 diamond losers, right? All of which are no longer, we don't need to worry about, right? So it works out perfect. They lead the ace. They're probably struggling for something to find. And of course, we would love a club lead at this point. And we get it. So ace, queen, are out there. Those are the ones we're worried about. We have 10-9, King Jack. I'll stick the 9 in. Drives out the ace. Now, is West leading from the queen? Maybe, but if he's not, then we have 2 club winners coming ourselves. We might not need to do anything about it either. We'll see if they lead them. We get the Jack of Hearts as a lead, right? And suddenly our King of Hearts is good, and we don't even need to worry about the queen, right? This hand has, we can pitch the king under that, and then we can play to this king, and then we can ruff our other club. So diamond goes under the ace, a club goes under the king, we play to the king, and then we save 1 spade over here to ruff a club with, and this hand becomes really easy. We have missing the queen, we have 9 trump, so we do 9 never, which doesn't really pay off in this hand, I think. I recall it. Right? 9 never. If you have 9 trump and you're finessing for the queen, just play the ace and king. Slightly more chance that the queen will drop, or that they will break 2-2. And now the queen of spades is out. I'm not going to worry about the queen of spades, right? I want the 9 of spades as my trump, right? Because I had decided that I was going to trump a club. So I'll play over the club. If they ruff it, fine, they ruff it. Right? But they didn't. Play the ace of diamonds. Right? And we get to this situation where now we can cross ruff, and basically they get the queen of spades whenever they want. There's just one loser out. All right, so Texas transfer is the way to go. All right, so let's take a look at board number 5, which is another evaluation situation. This time East is got a 12-point hand, right? 7 and 5, 12. So ace king, ace jack, 12 points with a 5-card heart suit, which of course we're going to open 1 heart. This is a good start. We get a limit raise. Now a limit raise can be made a lot of different ways, but here this is a 4-card limit raise, and pretty much standard or 2/1, unless you're playing some other type of 4-card limit raise, which is important to have. And the more sophisticated your system gets, I will guarantee you will find another way to make a 4-card limit raise. But here, promising an invitational hand, and now asking me to evaluate, do we have game or not? Sometimes that's a slam dunk. It's not a slam dunk on this one, and you have to think carefully. First of all, we started with 12 points, and is there some reason to think that our hand is better than 12 points, right? Well, yeah, our honors are nice, right? Because we have ace, king, and ace in the side suits. That's 11 points. Now, if you were to space those out with smaller honors, right, like kings and queens and jacks, and space them out over the 3 side suits, right, now they're much weaker. But having ace, king, and ace in side suits, those are top tricks, controls. They're really important. So yeah, I'm going to say this is a better hand than 12. In fact, I have 9 trump, better hand than 12. So I'm willing to think that this is a 13, 14-point hand, and it's the kind of hand that really needs to be raised to 4. Bad hearts? Sure, but partner's got 4 of them. And certainly some of them are going to be honors, we hope. Famous last words. And, ace, queen, 10. Certainly, see, we can count on our partner. Rest of the hand isn't so good, except for the fact they have this ace. So they got a 10-point hand, good trump, ace at doubleton. You know, we like to make nice, good, strong raises when we're playing match points, because we want our partner to rely on us to make a good invite so that we don't get too high, right? Because an invite's always going to take us up a level. And if the hand isn't going to make 4, then we'd rather play 2 than trying to make 3. Okay, so make a good, strong invitation. This one, it's right on the edge there, isn't it? But ace in a side suit, good trumps, we'll take our chances. Now, we count losers from the long trump hand, which is East, although When we're in a 9-card suit with 4 hearts opposite 5, we obviously going to have roughing chances in both hands, unless the trumps split 4 zip, and then we have to use all of our trump to pull. But we should have trump to ruff with in either hand. So let's keep that in mind. We have the king of hearts could lose. We have 2 spades here, the 9 and 7. Right now we don't know what to do with them. Count them as losers. That's 3. We have a diamond. That's a loser. That's 4. Right. The other one will go into the ace. And we have a club loser. Right. That's 5. So 5 losers. How do we get rid of them? Go back. Take them suit by suit. Right. Heart. We can get rid of a loser if the finesse is successful. That would bring us down to 4. The spades. Well, ace, king, and another leaves us the 7 of spades to ruff. Right? That gets us down to 3 losers. Diamonds, nothing appearing right now. Clubs, nothing appearing right now. So looks like we have a shot at getting down to 3, but it's going to require us to pick up the finesse. Nice time to count winners, actually, and double check yourself. If you pick up the finesse, that's 5 hearts. Ace and king of spades, that's 7. Ace of diamonds, that's 8. Ace of clubs, that's 9, and 1 ruff, which could be the spade. Of course, like I said, we can ruff from the other hand as well, because we're 5-4. We're going to get some ruffs. We're going to make this contract, unless something bad happens. And the thing I'm thinking that might be bad happening would be not being able to pick up the finesse. Now, I don't really want to jump around from hand to hand, right? I don't want to play over to the 10 and then come back to the king or ace. Why? Because I'm exposing a fast loser. Right now, I don't have any fast losers. All 3 suits are controlled. So what I want to do from East hand is make a finesse using one of the 9 or the 10. Right? I mean 9 or the 8. And that way, if it's successful, I don't need to worry about transportation. I can just stay in my hand. And now I can shoot up to the 10. And pick up the 3-1 split. And there we go. That hurdle is solved. So now we've got to go about trying to get this finesse. And I'm going to do that the way I suggested originally. I'm going to play the ace to the king. I'm going to play another. And now we're making the contract, right? We got 5 in our hand. We've got 6 with the diamond, 7 with the ace. We got a ruff for 8, and we have 2 hearts left. They play to the A diamond. I'm going to set up the club ruff while I'm here, the cross ruff in the end, and then we're home free. Going to lose a diamond, that's it. Now we turn to our first request line, a new feature here on Next Steps. After every game, private message me on BBO and tell me what you're interested in, and I'll try to get at least one hand into the mix every week. 6 came up, and I thought it was an interesting hand because of opener's rebid, and then looking to the play, it has some kind of fun things. Well, oftentimes when we play the hand, we focus. It's hard. We find it hard to keep track of the spots, and this is a talent. The spots, I mean, or the pips, the numbered cards, right? And this is a hand where if you pay attention to the spots, you can make a lot of tricks. I've got 5 and 5 and 4, right? 14 points, and I open a diamond, not minding if I happen to hear a spade, but instead I hear hearts. Now the question was, do you bid spades or you bid 1 no trump? And the answer is you could do either. Okay. If you bid a spade here and they are a minimum hand and don't have 4 spades for you, then they end up playing 1 no trump. So do you really want that? And I kind of don't want that. I would like to see I have this spade suit with a king jack, and I wouldn't mind if the lead came around to me if North doesn't have spades. It's a balanced hand. I don't feel like I'm lying about my hand. Bidding 1 spade actually has a wider range of value than 1 no trump and may force my partner to consider bidding again. So I think I'm going to limit my hand. It's balanced, and we'll see what happens. and it gets passed out. The question was spade or a no trump, and I'm telling you that you get them both ways, which is why, as a matter of fact, we have both north and south playing one no trump, because north, having heard one spade, will simply bid one no trump, which you will pass out. So here, instead, we get to play it, and oh my goodness, how much fun is this? They lead the spade, right? One of the reasons I wanted to keep the hand, play one no trump, was because of my king jack, and they led to it, and my partner has the ace 8-6. Now, this is the first suit that you need to watch the spots on. He's leading the 10, and it means there's a really good chance he has the 9, right? A really good chance he has the 9. All that's missing is the queen. If I play low here, and the queen comes up, I can take it, and now I have a finesse available, and if the 9 is in west, right, I can play the 3 here. If he plays low, I can win this trick with the ace. If he puts in the 9, I'll play the 8, I mean. And if he puts in the 9, I win it with the ace. So there's a chance to pick up a lot of tricks here in this spade suit. So now I'm looking at where else do I go? What else do I have? Well, the heart suit is one I don't want to touch, right? It's not a really dangerous suit. I'm missing ace, king, jack. Right, I've got 10, 9, 8. These spots are important, right? So it's got some protection there. I'm not going to worry about it, though. The suit that I'm curious about is the diamond suit. And because I have jack 9, 8, 7, right? So this hand is missing the queen 10. This suit, rather, is missing the queen 10. What I want to do is I want to be in North's hand. I think that I will do that. And then also the other suit is this queen jack. Now I could lead up the queen here, and there's a chance that early in the hand, if West has the king, he'll just leave it there. And in the meantime, it'd be setting up the 2. Unless clubs are badly split, I should be fine. Does he go up with the king? No. Does he have it? No. So bought myself an extra entry, and we only have the clubs as protection, but West can't lead them. So I don't feel bad when I come to this finesse I wanted to take. Remember, watch the spots. Queen, 10 are missing. I'm going to start with 9. I want them to put up a higher card. There's the 10. There's the jack. There's the queen. Right? All that's missing is the king. He leads the 9. He knows the game's over there. So, play the ace. And back here, and I want to take another finesse. 6 is equal to the 8-7. The other honor is in east, right? So if we watch the spots, suddenly they are tormented, right? Because I got another finesse here. Drops the king, the 8 is high, and I can just cash out at this point. So we'll do one last hand, a fourth hand here. This is probably for the more advanced players in our group who have learned Lebensal. And for those who are curious about Lebensal, this is one of the best uses for it. We have a 8-point hand, right? King, jack. That's 4 plus 4. That's 8, right? And we have a 5-card spade suit. We don't have anything to bid here, but we're curious to see what our partner has to say. And he doubles. Now the problem with a double of a 2 diamond bid or any 2 level bid is we've lost a lot of space, right? And I need to bid, right? I don't want to play 2 diamonds doubled. And if I bid 2 spades, am I not showing the strength of my hand? Is he just an opening hand? Is he stronger? And what we like to have is some way, a couple different ways to bid our spade suit. All right. So what we do is we use Lebensal, and we use 2 basic Lebensal rules, the 2 primary rules. A bid at the 2 level is to play, and a bid at the 3 level is showing, in this context, showing useful values. And useful values are 7 or 8 points, 8 and 9 points, right? Something constructive that your partner can look for game if he happens to be more than a minimum hand. The question is whether I have that hand or not, and I think it could go either way. If I've got 7 points, 8 points, right, which generally gets, is considered a constructive hand. I also have a pretty nice spade suit, and the only thing that's bothering is my king of diamonds could be badly placed. So I'm torn. But for the sake of showing you Lebensaal, right, I'm going to bid 3 spades. Now 3 spades, ignore the robot's explanation here, is showing useful values, which I try to think of that as a good constructive hand, right? The 8, 9, 10 pointers at least. And of course, if you had game values, you could just bid 3 diamonds, or you could bid 4 spades, which probably makes more sense. But here I get to game. So partner's going to have a pretty good hand. In fact, he has 3, 10, 5, 15 points. So invitational, did not have a stopper in diamonds, and therefore it couldn't bid 3 no trump, which is looking like a pretty good contract, right? With the king, jack, 10, 9. Pay attention to those small cards, right? That jack, 10, 9 makes for a pretty good suit. South is not leading a diamond, right? They don't have ace, king. They could have ace. They don't have queen, jack, because I have that. So I think that I really don't. They could have ace, queen, though. They could have ace, queen. And I don't really want North to be in the lead, leading through my king of diamonds. So not going to take the free finesse and looking at how to deal with the rough. So I'm going to go up and win. I'm going to start taking care of the spades. So I have a 9-card spade suit. South has 6 diamonds. North has 2 diamonds, right? 6, 3, 2, 2. Let's see what's happening. These are all equivalent. 6, the 8, 9, starting with the 8 up to the king. And South has the ace of spades. And the ace of diamonds is 8 points. Still could have the queen of diamonds, but he's not going to be leading the ace. He's still going to be looking for a way to get over to North and get a lead through if he has the queen. So the queen of diamonds is very likely in North, which means, if you watch those spots, right, we have a finesse now. And maybe he's hoping for a rough here. But now the 9 of diamonds has grown up. All right, we've been promoted the 9 up to a winning trick. What can we do with that one? How much fun. All right, so diamonds are played out except for the 9, and we can't let North rough that 9 because we could do something with it. And what do we want to do? Well, we want to get rid of a loser, right, in the dummy, because that will help us find a rough. And the loser, of course, that we'll get rid of is the 7 hearts. We're going to pull trump. We'll play the 9 of diamonds to the 7, win with the ace, get back to our hand, and now we have a heart that we can rough, right? At first, it doesn't appear that we have a rough because the suits are mirrored, but when we get a winner in the long suit, then we can shorten up the dummy. And so let's get rid of the trump. Remember, they had 4, they followed twice, so they're gone. Right, now I'm going to do that. Just what I suggested. Play my winning diamond. Thank you, robot, for giving me that. I don't think they had any choice. I think you could do it on my own, frankly. Cross over to the 8, and win the jack of hearts, and then just set up the cross rough for the rest. Bingo. Lebensaal. Now, that was a bit of a stretch, but you get the idea on what Lebensaal can add to your game and get rid of that problem. Right? You only want gadgets that solve problems, and using Lebensaal in a situation where your partner has doubled a weak 2 bid is one of those problems that can be solved with Lebensaal.